Sahanavatu Sano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Yasyanavaditamastu Mahaviddushavavahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, please read verse number 21, please. Nirvasano niralambah Swachhando muktavandana Kshipta sansara bhatena Cheshtate shushkaparnavate Asansarasya tu kvapi Naharsho na vishadita Sasitalamana nityam Videha eva rajate Kutrapi na jihasasti Naso vapi na kutrachiti Atmaramasya dhirasya Sitala chattaratmanah Kutrapi na jihasasti Naso vapi na kutrachite Atmaramasya dhirasya Sitala chattaratmanah. Right. These verses that we have been seeing as to how the person who is aware of himself continues to live in the world. The earlier verses where he said, Loka viparyastopi, this is a person, I don't know, this is, okay. Yeah, the verse number, oh, it's all gone with that. And it doesn't matter. So here, loka viparyastopi, even though dhiro loka viparyasta, that language comes there, dhira loka vipasyata, viparyasta, meaning even though the person is living in the same world like anybody else, yet he is completely different from them. The same creation, the same space, air, fire, water, earth, perception, sensation, thoughts, call it consciousness, absolute also, every arrangement is same. Yet because of his awareness of himself, he is no more affected. What makes the difference is ignorance of one's own self and the awareness of one's own self. That makes the whole difference. It's just like any time, anywhere you can see that. The same money is in two people's hand. One in the hands of the drunkard, other in the hands of a charitable person. In one hand, the money is used. In other person's hand, the money is misused. Same money. The same water. Somebody knows to swim, makes the water a sport. For other person, the water is a burial. Same water. Just think. The same fire. Somebody knows how to cook the food. Somebody doesn't know, burns himself. Same electricity. The examples are many. How many examples? Infinite examples. Because the same thing, no? Same body made out of five sense elements, five elements. Same set of organs also, eyes, ears, tongue, all the five sense organs of action, everything. Just like two cars. One person drives, reaches destination. Other person drives, kills himself and kills others. What is the mistake of the car? How many examples? Same type of thoughts, perceptions, sensations, same. How come one person revels in it, other person is overwhelmed by it? Depends on the wisdom. Nothing more, as simple as that. Depends on the wisdom. The person who is aware of himself, you know, the importance of being aware of yourself is so much. And not only being aware of yourself, but also using that knowledge, that awareness in every moment of your life, so that your living is a meditation, a total fulfillment. Other day I was telling a story in a class. Few people are there, I was telling them a story, I'll share it with you. There was a miser. And this miser, he had collected a lot of gold in time. Then, not considering safe, in his own little house, he wanted to dig a hole and put it near the tree in the backyard. But he's a miser. Miser means what? He enjoys looking at it, but never spending on it. Like some people do that. 150 lakhs rupees deposit. It should not be touched, even if you die. 50 lakhs is too much. You have got a 100 rupee note, 10,000 new bundle, new note. I have seen it, that's what I am telling you. The person has a new bundle, just brand new bank note. That will not be opened. It can stay there for a long, long time. It doesn't matter child is starving, it doesn't matter husband needs it, doesn't matter wife needs it, doesn't matter people need it. That money should not be touched. Same thing also gold, people do that. That's a miser. Anyway, so this person had kept it there. And every morning, ritualistically, he'll go up to that place, dig up that hole a bit, look at it, cover it up and come back. In the village around there are some curious people, nothing else to do. Their only job is to do what others are doing. So suddenly one fellow sees, why this man is going? Every morning he is going to that place, what for? Why is he going there? So then he sees that, he goes there, looks at something and comes back. So he also wants to repeat the same thing. Before he goes, before the miser could go there, that last night before, the fellow goes there in the darkness, digs it up and sees, and he was surprised, so much of gold. You think he's going to leave it there? He takes the gold and goes home. Next morning the miser comes, seems to be the place is disturbed, and he saw it's all not only disturbed, but there is nothing, he's gone. He started crying miserably. The whole village assembled. What happened? Oh, I lost my gold. He said, you got so much of gold? He said, yes, what were you doing there? Why did you keep the gold inside that? No, I was keeping it there. For what? So that every day I could go and look at it. He said, but did you spend it? He said, no. I just was going on, kept it because I enjoyed just looking at it. He said, then do the same thing. Go every day and look at that whole spot and go back. Because if you are not spending it, does it mean anything? Just imagine that gold is there and you cover it. You just look at it. Now in case I need, you will not need because you will die, you won't spend it. Therefore, just go and look at it. Look, if a person who just looks at it but never uses it, what shall you call him? Miser, waste. In case you understand this reality for yourself, but suppose you think it is something to be experienced, something to be, appreciated, then what you do? Every day you go and have a look at it. But just little be quiet. Then you come back to your own misery, ups and downs, likes and dislikes, everything. So what does it mean? It's a waste. The gold is useful if it is used in life. Any resource is useful when it is used in life. If this understanding, awareness of yourself doesn't flow into every moment of your life, if it doesn't make every experience a meditation, if it doesn't make every moment of your life touched by infinity absolute, like the dance of Shiva, the touching the Shava, the dead body, the changing universe with the changeless presence, then only it is a celebration, or else it is useless. There is a loka viparyasta. Even though Vyavaharopi, even though both the people are living in the same world, both the people are living in the same world, all of us are living in the same world, yet depends on the person who has understood himself and who has not understood himself. That is why when you understand yourself, nothing will change, only you will change. Again, for that also there is a little story I told in a small group, I will tell it to you. Like a very old person was there, very old man. And he was already 90-year-old. So his grandson playing with him. And the grandson had gone to market and he heard that there is a big draw, lottery, coming, a jackpot. And jackpot is some $20 million. If you win that jackpot, you get $20 million. So the person says, the grandson comes and, Grandpa, if you win this jackpot, what will happen? $20 million. If you win this jackpot, what will happen? He says, nothing. I will still be 90-year-old. You may have $20 million in your bank, but you shall be same old. You cannot be 16-year-old and start enjoying that. Are you getting that point? Even if you recognize you are infinity absolute, body will still be finite. That is the beauty of it. But that finite nature of the body will not touch you. You can extend that story. It will not make you young, but you have got some type of security in your bank. Anytime you need it, you can use it. Same thing, because of the knowledge, I am the immortal, absolute, all-pervasive, I am the happiness, Sat-Swarupoham, Chit-Swarupoham, Ananda-Swarupoham, I am the existence, I am the immortality, I am the bliss, I am the Jnana-Swarupa, Dhyana-Swarupa, I am the nature of meditation, nature of awareness myself. Yet, the fact should not change that your body is aging, your sense organs aging, your thoughts are aging. But yet, you gloriously, gracefully age into this universe. Literally fading away. But in that fading away, there is no more any fear, no anxiety. Because you are not holding on to this body. Listen carefully. Many people say that, oh, he is a millionaire. People say, when did he die? How did he live? How much he left? People are very much curious. This fellow died. How much he left? What do you mean, how much he left? Everything he left. Is it how much can you say that 20 million, 5 million he left? Once you die, how much you leave behind? Everything you left. But is it true that he left everything or he was made to leave? Did he have a choice? Do you have a choice? Think, friends. Do you have a choice? Everything is left behind. That is why the wise man doesn't hold on to it. One who holds on to it, for whom it is taken away. Understand? He did not leave behind. It was taken away from him. In the Kalidasa writes in Raghuvamsa about the kings of Raghuvamsa, because they were very educated, cultured, wise people. So what was their lifestyle? He says, Saishave adhita vidyanam, yauvane vishayishinam, vardhakye munivrittinam, yogena antes tanustyajam. This is their lifestyle. Saishave adhita vidyanam. When as a child, very studious, adhita vidyanam, study, gather knowledge of all kinds. Yauvane vishayishinam. When you are young, enjoying the pleasures of life. Vishaya, sense objects, enjoying the legitimate pleasures of life, knowing how to enjoy. Vardhakye munivrittinam. When the old age comes, munivrittinam, living a life of renunciation and contemplation. Muni means mananasilavan. Living a life of renunciation and contemplation. Yogena antes tanustyajam. Then at the end, giving up the body by yoga. Listen carefully. There is a beautiful statement. Giving up the body by yoga. People give up their body or body gives them up. There is a huge difference between you giving up the body, body giving you up. It's like you give some ornaments, jewels or some land, some money for charity, and on gunpoint it is taken away from you. When it is on gunpoint is taken from you, it is not a very pleasant experience. But when you give it away, oh, it's fantastic. You understand the point? When you give it away, it's a pleasure. Yes, you gave it. But when it's taken away from you, you don't like it. That is why you shall feel, listen, if you feel it is snatched from you, taken away from you, that means you are holding on to it. Go the other way around. Everybody complains. He took away from me, he snatched away. Did he snatch? At one time, time will snatch. Situations will snatch. Did you know that suddenly the stock exchange will collapse and you lose millions? Did you know the real estate will collapse and your land has no value? Did you know the foreign exchange will go down, you have no value? Did you know your own son, your own daughter, your own husband, your own wife, your own friend can completely deceive you out of your property? There is one person working with us. He sends very religiously send the money to his father, so that the father can purchase little property in village in his name. The father did not know, the brother who was managing the place purchased every property in his name, not in the brother's name who was sending the money. So when he takes leave of us and goes back home, thinking he shall be settling down, cultivating his land, there is nothing, there is no land. Land is there, but not in his name. Deception. How do you know that? Are you getting that point? You plan that I shall be living for the longest. Next moment, liver cancer. Yesterday one person phoned me up, was telling how in a family is now crashed. The person is 60 and he never thought he'll be anything will happen. Suddenly discover, just goes little vomiting, little some stomach upset, he goes there. The liver has gone into such a condition, because it has been their condition for 7-8 years, he did not take the right treatment, he was taking all Ayurvedic medicine thinking it will be all cured. It has gone to such a condition, now first thing you cannot transplant it. You cannot transplant it because the body cannot take 12 hours of anesthesia, because it will take some 7-8 hours for the transplantation. It cannot take it. And even if you can take it, you don't know whether, even if the operation is successful, you don't know whether it will work or not. So the person is dead. And what everybody is telling, please don't tell him. Why? Because if he knows, listen carefully, if he knows that this will happen, that this has happened, that with the operation is dead, without the operation is dead, his world will collapse. Because he is not prepared for this inevitable moment of life. Therefore don't be pessimistic. It's not being pessimistic, it's being realistic. To be aware of your death, to be aware of your change, to be aware of the possibility of a deception, to be aware of the possibility of losing certain things in life, to be aware of any possibility. When you are traveling, there is a possibility of you reaching there or not reaching there. When you are starting a business, there is a possibility of gaining everything, losing everything. Start a relationship, it may be smooth, it may be stormy. You start a business, you may boom, you may go bust. Possibilities are there. You don't look for bust. But if it is booming, excellent. If it is busted, expected. That is how the wise person lives in the world. The wise person is one who is totally aware of himself, the changeless. And the changes are expected. So with the changes, what possible changes are there? Do you understand the beauty of it? In what way changes can take place? The way you expect? The way you expect? My daughter's marriage tomorrow at 10 o'clock, so the sunshine should be there between 9 to 11. Whose wishes will be respected? Another person is planting the paddy, he says rain comes now, it will be very nice. So in his land only it will rain, in your Kalyana Mandapam no rain. Life doesn't move that way. In isolation, is in totality. So the total awareness, see, this moment sitting down, listen to that. It's a brown crow. Did you organize? Yes. So sweet. Who can listen to that? Mind is unoccupied, you can get excited about it because you can hear it. When you are already listening to your own thoughts, there is no scope. There is no scope. When your mind is occupied, you can't listen to the sounds. You can't feel the touches, change of weather. You can feel the taste, the smell. Eating, you don't eat. Ignorant and wise, both are same. The wise person, pashyannapi na pashyati. The ignorant person also, pashyannapi na pashyati. While seeing, he doesn't see. The wise person, while seeing, he doesn't see. Because he is himself. The ignorant man, while seeing, doesn't see, because he is lost in the seeing. Both are same example. What is the difference? A slight. And that is a huge difference. You understand? The threshold, no threshold. Transition, oof, oof. So sweet. That is it, don't be desperate, don't feel frustrated. Because there is no distance between wisdom and ignorance. What is the distance between sunshine and the shadow? Ishvara. What is the distance between the universe and the dust? What is the distance between consciousness and anything? That is why Bruhatatvat Brahman. Because the bigger than the biggest accommodates everything. But we must learn how to live in this world. Like somebody beautifully says, in your hand, how do you hold water? You like this? You don't hold the water like this, do you? And water will not stay. You hold the water, you make a cup and hold the water. Try to make a fist out of it. Try to hold it, grab it, keep it in your fist, water will pour out. The moment you try to possess, the water pours out. Hold it is okay. Possess it, gone. Consciousness all pervasive, in which everything is held, nothing is grabbed and possessed. The space holds, the individual possesses. Consciousness holds. Are you getting that point? Consciousness, the self, the awareness, all pervasiveness accommodates, holds. Mystery of consciousness, I, the individual, holds and grabs. That is why the I feels destroyed. The moment you possess, you are possessed. Do you understand? The moment you possess, you are possessed. The moment you are possessive, you are possessed. You are obsessed with it. A little, so you can say, I don't have much obsession. A little obsession. You don't have little, that's enough. And that little also is enough. However quietly and quickly you say, that also is enough. A little bit possessive also is enough. Like in a pot, whether it's a big hole or a small hole, the water will run out. Possessiveness, little. A person goes to it's a beautiful, stories when you... It's so nice. The whole Vedanta Upanishads in our tradition has been told out in beautiful stories also. Whole Yoga Vasishtha, how many stories? Thousands and thousands. Why? Because so nice. Sometimes you can go straight onto it, like taking vitamin pills. Sometimes take the food and get the vitamin. Sometimes you straight away go for the vitamin pills. Vitamin A, vitamin B, concentrated pills. That is Upanishadic studies. Concentrated pills. Uncompromising. Not hanging around here and there. Straight on yourself. Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puranas, Itihasas, Yoga Vasishtas, Smriti Granthas, they are all food. You eat the mango, get vitamin E. You take the grass. Okay? You can take the greens or anything like that. You can get some antioxidants. So many stories are there, good or bad. Hey, you can't make the life always only straight, concentrated stuff. Sometimes like this. That is why you can be happy being with yourself, or you can be happy, you are always happy while enjoying the sense objects also. That is why enjoying the sense object doesn't become a crime. If you know how to enjoy, there is a difference between you're losing yourself in enjoyment and using that enjoyment. Forget it. The wise person doesn't use his enjoyment to be with himself. He uses himself and the enjoyment gains a glory. This language, I tell you, the more and more you appreciate Ishvara, the subtlety, the shades are infinite. Nobody is the last word. I am surprised by every moment of life. It's so fantastic. Anything, you must know. You can't have a little addiction. No. If you are with yourself, even your worst obsessive possessiveness addiction is not addiction. You are free, totally free with yourself. But if you don't understand yourself, a tiny little possessiveness can push you into trouble because you are not with yourself. If your possessiveness brings you security, shall make you feel insecure in the absence of it. There was a gentleman walking in the forest. Story, walking in the forest. As he was walking in the forest near the mountains, it so happens always, the story is, this is for the babies, the magic mountain, suddenly the cave opens up. These are the stories you have heard in the childhood, no? The magic mountain, in the magic mountain there is a cave, suddenly opens up in front of the person. Curious, he goes into it. Because he also had heard about this magic mountain from many people. Then he said, oh, I'm so lucky. And everybody says, go inside for certain times. You shall see beautiful things. And then come away quickly. Don't get lost in that. The person walks in, and that day he sees diamonds and gold and emerald and rubies and what are all precious stones, like heaps of them placed there. The whole place is glittering. There is a glittering cave. He knew the story, he knew that he has got only a few moments, so he had a donkey and the bags up, he had a donkey and he has some bags. So what happened in that donkey, what did he do? He packed up, immediately brought that bags and packed up everything, put it in the donkey's middle, so that it doesn't become very heavy, but it became very heavy and the donkey is moving and he also moving with it because he knows time will go quickly, it will come to an end. If the time goes, the gate will close, it will disappear, cave will disappear, you don't know what to do. Then suddenly remembered that his stick, which he has been using for the longest time, he left behind. One thought of the stick left behind. He returns for the stick. That is the moment of obsessiveness. You are caught unaware. Why he did that? He knows the gold. He knows everything is there. He should walk out. No, habit. Caught unaware. Oh, if only I can get it and come back. He goes inside, delayed. Magic mountain disappears. The donkey walks away with the gold. The village people catch it, but village people are very honest. They keep it for some time because the fellow may return. They never returned. So the village people became rich. This fellow disappeared. One moment of possessiveness. Are you getting that point, please? One little thought, as though, please understand, no thought, no obsessiveness, no possessiveness, no emotion, however huge, however complicated, it has no capacity to overshadow the consciousness. It has no capacity to negate it. Cannot. Because you are not aware of yourself, it looks like being negated. The person forgets it. That is why. Be conscious. All the time being aware of yourself for who you are. A little bit of possessiveness also is not necessary. Learning to live in this world. Absolute freedom. Nirbhasana, niralamba, Swachanda Mukta Bandhana. In a language, what a description. How beautiful. Do you go back and at least once in a while read it by yourself? One statement, Nirbhasana, Niralambaha, Swachandaha, Muktavandana, each word explodes. Simple word. How much meaning is behind that? As even in tiny atom, so much of energy is hidden behind. In every form, the formless is hiding. In every name, the nameless is hiding. In every moment of death, immortality is smiling. How fantastic! Are you seeing that? Or are you waiting for new word, new chapter, new book? Excitement takes you away from yourself. Expectations of something new and more exciting almost confirms your ignorance of yourself. You are permanently, can I use that word? You are permanently disabled. Disability is a disease. Permanent disability, to see, hear, taste, touch, or get excited or not get excited, is absolute wisdom. So disability is a good word or bad word? Think for yourself. Oof. Nirbhasana. No impressions. No impression means you don't come under the spell of the emotion. Don't take it literally, Nirbhasana. From whom all the impressions are gone. If from you all the impressions are gone, you cannot function in life. Don't worry about it. Vasanas are essential. Like dirt in your body is essential for your body to move. Total dehydration, total loose motion, you are dead. All your memories are like that. Examples may not be very interesting for your conditioned mind and the language of dirt and not no dirt. But the fact is, these are things you need. Without your impressions, vasanas, memories of every kind, you cannot function in this world. Get up and go from this place to your house when all your thoughts are forgotten. Yesterday I got a call. Somebody from Orissa, far away country, phones me up, Swamiji, 3 workers have come to Madras. They were all coming back to home. 2 people are there. The 3rd fellow was a little crazy. Suddenly he, pushes them and runs away. They are still looking for him. Where has he gone? What do you do? So wise man is like that. Forgotten completely, don't know where to go. So everybody has to look for him. This type of idealism. People wait for that. I have got so many vasanas. I have got a coffee vasana. I have got a laddu vasana. I have got a vasana to go to the world. How can I know the truth? It has nothing to do with your truth. It has nothing to do for you to be yourself. With it you are as glorious, without it you are that glorious. If they are there, excellent. That is why he says, Chipta samskara vatena cheshtate suska parnavad. Chipta sanskara vatena, such a person. See, you think the person who has written this has some amnesia, forgetfulness? First statement of the first line is nirvasana. Next statement is Chipta samskara vatena. Pushed in the wind of the samskaras, conditionings, impressions. How? Meaning, these things shall be there. Listen carefully. How can the ocean of water be afraid of one little wave? The wave is like a vasana. You understand? The wave is like a form, is like a vasana. In the formless expanse of the water, all-pervasive. How can the consciousness, the all-pervasive, be afraid of a thought? A memory, a vasana, you are giving it so much of importance which doesn't deserve it. Think, it doesn't deserve it. So don't take it literally. Same thing, niralamba. This is okay. Niralamba, you can take it literally. No dependence on anything. When you say no dependence on anything, how does somebody know you are dependent or not dependent? You know or others will know? Independence does not mean absence of object. Non-dependence does not mean absence of object. Just because an object with you, that does not mean you are dependent. Your non-dependence is subtle. The presence of object or the absence of object is gross. Whether you are depending on it, hanging on to it, holding on to it, only you shall know. Niralamba. Only object. No, as a spiritual person, I am totally addicted to what? Omkara upasana. Why? Etat alambanam sreshtham, etat alambanam parah. The Omkar, the symbol, the Om, the Aham, the Om, Aham Brahmasmi, Absolute, Tattvamasi, Ishvara, verses on these things, alambana. They are all pratikas, symbols. So if you are niralamba means what? Even ordinary person is dependent upon a gross object for his security. Are you dependent on an idea? A symbol? However spiritual it is, however religious it is? That does not mean it must be thrown out. No. They are there. But your dependence is not there, which you shall see for yourself. And how fantastic. It has already happened. As I told you, the water is held in your palm, but not, you are not fisting it, you are not grabbing it. Everything is suspended in consciousness. Consciousness doesn't grab anything. Niralamba. The space has the whole universe. The space has got the constellations, galaxies suspended within it. But the space doesn't own it. But the individual, a tiny fellow, this house is mine, this land is mine, 1 inch. This body is mine. Really? Think. Possession doesn't matter, possessiveness kills you. And no possession is yours. Understand, friends? That is when niralamba. Swachhanda. Absolute, no dependence, free within himself. Mukta bandhanaha. No more tied down. Remember the story of those days, long back I was telling you. One guru and disciple goes to a teacher and says, please make me free from the bondage. And the teacher asks, I shall do that. Show me your bondage. Show me your bondage. Show me how you are tied down to this world. Show me your bondage. If your hands are tied, I'll untie it. You call it bondage. Legs are shackled, I'll unshackle it. I don't see yourself shackled to anything in this creation. Your physical body is free. You are not tied down to your car or tied down to your wife or tied down to your husband or tied down to your car or tied down to your horses or goat or anything. You are not tied down to anybody. What is your bondage? Show me your bondage, I'll free it. Your bondage is not physical. Your bondage is your dependence. That is why you get yourself tied down to the creation. Remember the story when somebody, the teacher, the student says, the creation, I am tied down by this world. In order to teach him the lesson, this teacher is going ahead, and then from a distance the student now listens to a loud voice. Following that voice he reaches there. The teacher is shouting, the tree is not leaving me, the tree is not leaving me, the tree is not leaving me. Then the boy said, they must be really cuckoo, has gone crazy. I asked him, how can you say the tree is not leaving you? You are the one holding on to the tree. The master pretends to wake up and he says, you are right. Yes, I am stupid. The tree is not holding me, I am the one holding on to the tree and I am shouting. Son, I have to tell you the same thing. Which part of the world has held on to you? You hold on to it and you say samsara bandhan. Which part of the world has tied down to you? Your mother has stuck on you? Your wife, your husband, your child, your gold, your diamond, nothing is stuck to you physically. Your body is free. You hold on to it, invisible strings from the mind, gone out into the world and got yourself tied down. So you are tied down, you cannot move. When the person says, why don't you come to Darjeeling? Why don't you come to Alaska? Why don't you come to Amazon? I am not free. Why? Tied to the bank, tied to the husband, tied to the wife, tied to the job, tied to the sickness, tied to the child, tied to miserliness. Money in the bank is more interesting than traveling around the world. How many things you are tied down to? Think, friends. Why you cannot move? A friend asks you, come for a movie. Hey, not that whoever asks you must go. I'm not talking that. What I'm telling is, ask when you say you cannot. You are expressing your inability. You are expressing your lack of freedom. Who has curtailed your freedom? Something, somewhere, dependence. No, I am not a person like that. My body, is incapable of moving. Incapable of moving, or you are unwilling to move? Sit down on a wheelchair and move. If the song comes from your heart, nobody can kill it. A lovely story again I had shared with some people. Listen to this thing. Remember one of those examples. Just how many stories I might have, myself, how much, because how many example stories we have discussed from the day one, 1976 onwards, 40 years more. There must have been 40,000, 50,000 stories. If somebody has to collect it up, yes, I have read it, not that my story, some of them are mine, I make it up. There are many also, I pick it up here and there and change it so that it fits into our knowledge and everything. How many things? Just pick up one thing and remember. The music in you shall never die. In a concentration camp, one person comes out one day, an afternoon. When everybody goes and assembles in the open air space inside the prison, this man starts strumming the guitar. And it becomes so beautiful, everybody starts clapping and enjoying. After some time, everybody quietens down because they are listening to the beauty, the enchanting voices, enchanting tunes of this music. And the guards did not like it. He comes and says, shut up, because they want them to suffer, not enjoy, right? You cannot sing that. Okay, next day he goes back, comes back, again he starts putting up. Then he says, you are disobeying us? They cut off his finger. Concentration camp, no, they cut his finger down. The next day he comes back. Again everybody comes back. With his wounded finger, he starts playing it. He said, take the guitar and smash it. The next day again come back. The person starts singing. No more instrument, can't play with that. Fingers are gone, instrument is gone. He starts singing. In the singing, they cut his tongue. Next day again he comes back, which everybody comes back. He starts dancing. What can they do that now? Tell me. You can say cut his leg, you can go on extending the story. Ultimately what can they? They can kill him, no. But somehow they didn't want to kill him. Could they kill the music in his heart? You can take away the instrument, take away the hand, take away the tongue, take away the legs, but the person can still dance. When a limbless, the person can shake himself, if he feels like. So who makes you incapacitated in life? If somebody can cut your wings, you don't know what freedom is. You are not a bird where wings are cut, so you cannot fly. Ha! Infinite freedom does not need wings to fly. It's a wingless freedom. Understand? Even if the physical body is threatened, you are not threatened. Even when your body is threatened, you are not threatened. Swachanda mukta bandhana. How much can Kshipta samskaravatena? In this breeze, in the wind of samskaras, meaning as the thoughts come, chestate suska parnavad, like a dry leaf taken hither and thither by the wind, So also by the wind of this unknown, or the wind of these samskaras, or as the situation arises, yadruchalava santushta, dandvatito vimaschara. Whatever comes on the way, whatever is to be done, by doing it, the person is absolutely happy. Asamsarasya to kvapi na harsho na vishadita. Asamsarasya. Thus a person who is no more a samsari. He doesn't, listen, he no more belongs to the samsara. Samsara exists in him. He no more belongs to samsara. Being there, yet he is not there. Belonging, he doesn't belong. Oh, what language, huh? Living, he doesn't live. Dying, he doesn't die. Singing, he doesn't sing. Suffering, he doesn't suffer. Therefore, suffering also becomes another enjoyment. There is nothing called as suffering as such. Understand? There is nothing called as suffering as such. A suffering is a suffering when you have a sense of suffering. A punishment is a punishment when you feel punished. A reward is a reward when you feel rewarded. Understand? It's like giving Bharat Ratna to Mahatma Gandhi. Does he need Bharat Ratna? Just because somebody got a Nobel Prize, he became a great scientist, or because he was a great scientist, therefore the prize was given to him. Unless it is a political, Nobel Prize, where the presidents and others get it because they are powerful people. That's a waste of time. The award is glorified coming in contact with you. You are not glorified because of the award, because even before the award, you are as glorious as ever. How sweet! See that beauty. Asamsarasya, the person doesn't belong to the samsara. It doesn't belong here. Being there, it doesn't belong there. Kwapi na harsho na visadita. Kwapi, whatever it is, na harsha na visadita. There is no harsha, no elation, no vishada, no depression. No elation, no anguish, no excitement, no frustration, depression. None of these things. The person no more rides the roller coaster, ups and downs of life. The life will be ups and downs. But you, listen, sir, the ups and downs are the contours of the land. Land is up and down. The waves are the contours of the ocean, of the water. Water is up and down. Oof, oh, it's so sweet. Therefore, it doesn't mean there should not be up and down. Now, what is this boring, flat existence? You like the mountains, you like the valleys. No, I am in a plain land. What a boring. That is why people enjoy Himalayan mountain range. Why people enjoy Alps. Why people enjoy the mountains and the oceans and the rivers. Why? Exotic landscape. So much ups and downs, Oof, oh. No, he said, flat for me. It's good. That also is another beauty. Tired of ocean, tired of the mountains, you come back. It's so nice. At last we are on the ground. Ama. His choice is yours. Choice is yours. But the elation doesn't mark your enlightenment. The depression doesn't negate it. The grief doesn't dismiss your wisdom. The laughter doesn't confirm it. Because sometimes you can be terribly unhappy, still laughing. You can be terribly miserable and crying. You can be terribly happy, also crying. Out of sheer happiness and ecstasy, don't you cry? You meet your son or a person you love after 10 to 15 years, you cry. Are you miserable? It's the tears of joy. Sometimes you're so frustrated, you shed the tears of depression. The tears are the symbol of depression or elation. Consciousness is a huge drop of tear. Last night I was writing something, I remember. I was writing something. Consciousness is a huge drop of tear. That becomes the content of your emotions. Now it appears like the wave, like the water. Water is not a wave. Water appears as a gentle wave or a tsunami. But water is not a tsunami, water is not a wave. Understand? Consciousness yourself is not an emotion. There is no grief, no elation, no depression, no dejection. Sashitalamana nityam. Such a person, sa, purusha, asansari, one who doesn't belong to samsara, samsara, somebody, I think Vartulari, somewhere he writes, samsara samyak sara. Samyak sara, saraditi samsara, samyak sara also. Is the most essentially wonderful thing. It's a very beautiful place. So samsara is good or bad? Depends what meaning you give. Death is good or bad? It is sad if it's the end of life. It is wonderful if it's a continuity of immortality. What meaning it has got? You understand? How sweet! Asamsarasyatu kvapi. Such a person, shitalamana nityam. Nityam shitalamana. English slang that, the hippies, they used the slang in 1960s and 70s. Cool dude, eh? The person is very cool as a cucumber. You know that all these words, people do that. Shitalamana, cool as a cucumber. Meaning, cool, very cool. No heat, no cold. Just cool. You are heated up, anxious, miserable. You are frozen. Your emotions are frozen. You are as stupid as even you are excited to the point of devastation. Shitala mananityam. Your coolness, you are cool. You are so balanced in harmony with yourself and with the whole universe. You can enjoy the midday sun, the dawn of the day. The still-hearted darkness of the dusk and the deep darkness of the moonless night. Both are fine. Which one is better? If for you something is better than the other, for your happiness you are miserable. Something can be better than other, for your convenience, yes. Not for happiness, not for fulfillment. For me to be fulfilled, what should I do? No conditions apply. Do you understand? Absolute freedom. This is the song of freedom. Everybody must see it because it is your song. That is why the Upanishads, ASHTAVAKRA Gitas, all these great scriptures of the land is the scriptures for the humanity. Why? Because it doesn't talk about Hindu happiness. It doesn't talk about Muslim tragedy, Christian emotions, Buddhist confusion. There is no such stuff. It talks about yourself, who you are, Shitalamana. Videha iva rajate. In what language you know that? Who can write these things? Only the persons who are continuously reveling in themselves. These type of amazing statements will come. Videha iva rajate. Shines as though he doesn't have a body at this moment. If you are stuck in a physical body, oh, backache, knee joint pain, headache, migraine, what is that headache? Migraine headache. Migraine headache. Different types of headache also, no? Joint pain, what all pain, back pain, front pain, head pain, leg pain, there. Different types. Or a little bit pleasure here and there. I see it, I touch it and smell it, oh so nice. Why it is nice? Because the absence of misery. Why it is miserable? The absence of so-called good sensations. So fellow is, either of the condition will be there, no? So miserable. Whereas videhaiva rajate, with the body he lives as though he has no body. With the body he is the bodiless awareness. He is, only one person is, everybody is. Be the bodiless awareness. Live with the body, with all its changing moods. Your physical body is a blessing. Deha devalaya prokta. How nice. Nobody looks down upon a physical body. Deha devalaya prokta. The body is a devalaya, is the abode of God. Infinity dwells in it, in and through it. If you don't see it, it's not the problem of the infinity. If you don't see the water in the dancing waves, it is not the problem of the water. If you can't see the vitamin in the food, it is not the problem of the food. You explore. Understand? Exploring, discovering is not creating a new condition. Exploring and discovering means discovering something which is already existing. All possibilities are in human body. What a blessing it is to be with this body, to be with this body. How sweet. Now suddenly don't be, sentimental or try to put, one miserable standpoint as though nobody else recognizes it. Yes, Swamiji, but what to talk about the people who are poor? I know it. Now can you be rich first? They are poor because you want to be rich. Think. You want to be rich means what? You grab your things, everything at your disposal, it is mine. When you grab, somebody is deprived. Not a very good statement. Not that because of my grabbing the person is deprived. The person is also equally responsible. That his person also should grow up. Who should give a chance? Who gave me a chance? My father, my mother, the government or rights, so like that. So same type of privileges must be given to them. So create situations. Don't just grieve and say that, that person is poor. Yes, that person is poor. Who doesn't know that? Everybody is born poor. Everybody is born ignorant. Everybody. Poor man's child is as ignorant as even the multi-millionaire's child. Both are poor in knowledge. Both are poor in ignorant. If this knowledge is given, poor child of the, ignorant child of the poor person can grow to a multimillionaire. If this knowledge is not given, the rich child of the multimillionaire becomes a poor fellow. So no sentiments, okay? It's not that, religion is talking about this. Yes, some religions may be talking about that, where they make money a big deal out of it. Oh, we are providing this, they providing that. Here you are giving food for the body. But the hunger of the soul shall last forever. Hunger of the body is required. You need to satisfy the hunger of the body. But there you cannot end. The person, listen carefully. The person who doesn't have anything at this moment, for him this hunger of the body is very important. The poverty is a huge problem to be solved. Once that problem is solved, then what happens? Once he starts getting food to eat, once he starts a small hutment on his head, over his roof over his head, and something food, what happens? Can you say he's happy? No, slowly he goes for better food, better house. You educated him, put him on the path of this never-ending trip. If you put him there, can you help him to end this struggle? You cannot end the struggle. What shall you say? Believe in my God, everything will be fine. At one time in life you are tired of the belief also. What do? Tired of the belief. Why? Believer gets tired of the belief. Like a meditator gets tired of meditation. Practitioner gets tired of practice. The person who is living a life gets tired of living. Whatever you consider great, please do it for some time, whatever. You like a particular food, eat it day in and day out, see how much exciting it will be. Whatever you like, repeat. Please repeat. You'll be tired in a day. Oh, I like to be told, I love you. All right, let's have a look, day in and day out, you come out, I love you. You go in, love you. Shut up! Love you, love you, love you. Why? Because what is this, I love you? Because he tells he loves you, but he hides everything that you don't like. Gives you things that you don't like. Hides things that you like. But he says, goes on, love you, love you. How will you take it? How will you take it? Oh, religion is so compassionate, God is so compassionate. Day in and day out I listen to that, but my misery never ends. How long can I take it? You'll be tired. Mahadeva. Oh, this is, videha eva rajate. So the person has everything. Nothing is dismissed. The changing nature of the body, the aging nature of the senses, the changing nature of the mind, the eternally changing nature of this creation is so beautiful. But I am the changeless, remains there forever. I have been, morning onwards I have been writing. Today I am in a big mood. Always I am like the exciting mood because morning I have been writing for last 2 hours. One point I came, I didn't want to talk to you, but I will tell you. So beautiful. Experiences like this, experiences excite us, right? When do you tell a child, like to go to Mahabalipuram? Yes, right. Will you like to go to Himalayas? Yes. You want to go for an ice cream parlor? How children go excited. Grown-up children also get excited. The children get excited for a new toy, the little ice cream, little pizza. Old people excited by what? Do you want to have a new piece of land? Oh, yes, yes, we should have it right on the sea, Like to have that new house? Yes, yes, yes. Can you have this fancy BMW or some Mercedes? Yes, yes, yes. Will you like to go for a tour around? Right? Please tell me, sir, who can give you more dynamic, continuously changing landscapes and experiences and sensations than the whole creation? The creation provides us with amazing experiences. Sights, no human being can create. Touches and tastes and possibility of touches and tastes and smells, no human being can create. Even after experiencing the multidimensional, cosmic dimensional, experiences of cosmic dimension, a solar eclipse, huge sunrise or sunset, constellations, the falls of the meteors, rain of meteors, meteor shower. Having seen all these things, who do you think, which religion, which secular experience can be more exciting than that? Understand, enlightenment is not to provide a new experience. Sit down and close your eyes and hold back your stomach. What experiences you are giving me? Who can give me better experience than the creation itself? Learning begins by questioning the experiences, not providing the experiences. No religion, no teacher should be a provider of a sensation. Give me a trance. It may sound very, very harsh, but you think for yourself. Shall I wait for a trance? Shall I wait for some type of fancy experience provided by somebody? The nature gives me 8 hours of long sleep. Who can provide me that? Take little drug. Take little religious drink. Take little mind expanding drugs. Who can provide? 8 hours. And who can give more exciting experience? Look at these movies, underwater movies, you shall see. Other day I was watching him. I love the TVs because of this wildlife. Natural stuff. The longest star, the biggest, longest shark of the world in the oceans is one very kind and docile. Human beings can ride on it. Can you believe? The biggest. And when it eats, oh boy. Very recently they photographed it. The fellow photographed, he almost fainted. He just opens his mouth, sucks in. You can see that thousands of these sardines, thousands are getting sucked into his, he just sucked in. It's like a whirlpool. Then very quiet, cool fellow. Can anybody give a better experience than the underworld, the underwater world? People are equating some exotic experience, a sensation for enlightenment. Question the experience. Question the, many times I have told you, questioning the experience or perception, if it marks the beginning of science, questioning the experiencer, questioning the perceiver, the individual, marks the beginning of the philosophy, darshan, the ultimate absolute insight. That is why the Shastra is so beautiful. It doesn't talk about, I shall give you this experience, that experience. When you stand on your head, you will have this. When you start, tickle your navel, this will happen. All this stuff that we see that. Starvation. Hey, body is yours. You do what you like to do. But don't think, by this type of stuff, you shall be in touch with yourself. Question. Question the experience. That is why this knowledge, self-awareness, understanding, being with one's own self. Question it, because nobody can give you something which is not already there. Yourself is already there. You can't create water in the waves for the people to see the water. The child is lost in the wave. Shall I create water to make him see that the immortal content of the mortal wave is already there? What is that something which is not there in me that my Guru can give? My God can give? What Bhagavan says? Hey Arjuna, I am already existing in you. Aham atma gudakesa sarvabhuta sahistita. Hey Arjuna, I am the self in all the beings. Already existing. Aham adischa madhyamcha bhutanam antarevacha. I am the beginning, I am the middle, I am the end. Beginningless, endless existence. Your body has no sense of separation from the universe. You have separated your body from the creation. Your mind has no sense of separation from the universe. You have separated it. When you are with yourself, the body doesn't go or come. The mind doesn't feel endeared or like an enemy. No. It's so fantastic. Everything is beautiful. Videha iva rajate. With the body, the person lives as the bodiless awareness. Kutrapina jihasa asti. Nashobapina kutrajit. Kutrapina jihasa asti. No jihasa. Tyaktum ichha jihasa. There is no desire to give up anything in life. Why? Nothing belongs to me to give up. Nothing belongs to me to give up. Socrates, he was a person never possessed anything, not even a pair of shoes. That's what they say. Therefore, certainly don't hold on to that the person who has a pair of shoes is a rascal. Define it, you limit it. Understand? You cannot hold it in a circle, in any shape. Can the space be imprisoned? Can the space be imprisoned? Don't try to imprison the reality, the absolute, in ever-changing stuff. Socrates was a person anyway who lived a very simple life, but he could not give up. The story goes, who are we to talk about Socrates, this boy, that boy, as though we saw the boy walking on the earth? We never saw him. Reports. The fellow is gone, unless he himself has written about it and very honestly written about it. People can go on adding. You hate the fellow, you write something. You like the fellow, you add something. Finished. The truth falls a victim. Anyway, so somebody, he could not, I mean, even though he did not have something, but he was always interested in going to the marketplace. See things, exotic stuff, beautiful things, you'll see that. Then somebody asked, hey, you are not interested in any of these things. Why are you coming here? Why are you coming here? You don't like this. Why are you coming here to the shopping center? What do you get out of it? Why do you come here? He says, I come here to see how many things I can live without. I come here to see how many things I can live without. The wisdom is not to learn what I need, but what all things I don't need. Suddenly discover you don't need anything in this universe to be yourself. Swachanda, Nirvasana, Niralamba. You don't need anything to be yourself. But everything needs you to have a presence. You don't need a thought to be conscious. But there must be consciousness for the thought to rise. You don't have to have a childhood, youth or old age to be conscious. You can say, Swamiji, why don't you say, you need a body to be conscious? Yes, I need a body to be conscious. Conscious of the body, the person will lose sight of himself, but conscious of yourself, body need not exist. But for the body to be, yourself is a must. For the content, for the wave to be, water is must. For the water to be, so tasmat kutrapina jihasa asti. There is no such attempt to give up something so that I can be myself. Give up your, what is that? Property. Renounce your physical possessions. Give up your food habit. Give up your touches and tastes and smells and everything. Give up your thought. Give up the ahankar. As though all these things belong to mind to give up. To give up, it must be mine. How do you give up a property which is not yours? You may own the body, but body never feels owned. That is why you give up your own stupidity. When you give up your stupidity, everything breathes nice. You take care of the machines. These are instruments. Physical body is a beautiful instrument, so also mind. So, na jihasa asti, na asho viva kutrajit, na asha vapi kutrajit. Neither any asha. Nasho bhavi kutrachit. Okay, there is no jihasa, neither there is any destruction, you can say. There is no destruction. I must destroy something. Giving up is one thing. For some people that is not enough. You must kill the ego. That language they use, no? Kill the ego. Kill your ignorance. Kill your desires. You must kill your desires. Not only you should not have the desire, but kill your desire. How do you kill the desire without killing the desirer? How do you kill? Are you getting that? How do you kill the habit without killing the fellow who develops or creates the habit? When you swallow something, at least with some intelligence, swallow, na? You'll be suffocating yourself with an idea. Yes, I must go and destroy my habit. Yes, to destroy your habit, first destroy yourself. Because the habits don't exist without you. Who smoked? No, one day I was sleeping, the cigarette dancing, got in my mouth. Then puff, poofa. Is it so? Who created your habit of, what is that, drinking? I was lying down, the bottle came, got in my mouth. After that, I can't leave the bottle. Really? To destroy a habit, listen, to get rid of a habit or to kill a habit, whichever language you like. To give up a habit or to kill a habit, shall you give up the object or who is developing an addiction in relation to the object? To give up the anger, first thing ask yourself, did you create the emotion called anger in this universe? Possibility? Everything is already existing. I cultivated it. I am the cultivator. Okay? National prize winner cultivator, farmer. International prize. Okay? International prize winner. Because I have got, like the people get prize for the biggest pumpkin, the largest radish. I am also the prize winner for the most complicated emotions. It's a huge Olympic race. Medals are called for. So everybody gets the best medal. You understand? What a trouble! You cannot kill a habit until you kill yourself. Will you like to die? You cannot give up a habit until you give up yourself. And when you are given up and you are being yourself, habit is no more a habit. Addiction is no more an addiction. Why? Because choice is yours. Even if the object goes away, you don't miss it. If it comes, it's not a burden on you. It will come next line. Yada yat kartuma ayati. Whatever comes on the way, the person enjoys it. Without being a slave of anything. If there is fear in the possibility of its loss, or the excitement in the possibility of its arrival, you don't know it. You can have a conscious excitement, conscious will loss. Choice is yours. Very, very difficult. This reality is so beautiful, you cannot imprison it. Cannot make it this type. You can't. It defies any typecasting. Atma Ramasya Dhirasya Sitala Chattaratmana. For whom it is like this? Atma Ramasya Dhirasya. One who is Atma Rama, Atmani Ramate, revels in himself. One who revels in the object and therefore happy shall be afraid of its loss. Who revels in the sorrow in the presence of the object, wants it to be given up. Whereas this person revels in himself, where there is no touch of sorrow, grief or excitement. Therefore, there is no desire to change anything, to give up anything, to kill anything, or to bring anything back. Agate swagatam kuryat, gachantam na nivarayat. Beautiful Sanskrit line. Agate swagatam kuryat. When something is coming, vango, vango, welcome, welcome, welcome. You don't have to say also vango, vango, welcome, welcome for things to come. Anyway they are coming. Is it necessary to say, now it is now cloud? See that. It was a beautiful morning with lovely sunshine. Now it is cloud. Very good cloud. Whatever. Sunshine is beautiful, cloud also is beautiful. I can't even say that cloud is bad. But in case you say cloud is bad, now the cloud is coming. So, vango, vango. Suppose you don't say vango, vango, come, come. The cloud will not come. Why you have to take some type of a credit? Like every time people do that, na? Every time people do that, they must take the credit for what? Which is comfortable and convenient. Suppose there is a by chance hit up a problem. Oh, I didn't do that. Only, see. What about credit? I don't want to talk about it. You know. Sick. Absolute sickness. Health, I have maintained it. Disease, God gave. Beautiful. You understand why people feel frustrated? Is it necessary for us to say, come, come? Agate swagatam kuryat. Meaning the attitude is what? When it comes, there is no resistance. If I can do something about it, fantastic. Cannot, who cares? Gachantam na nivarayat. When something is going, let it go. What is this? Let it go. When it is going, it has started going without my permission. What is this? Let it go. It has started going without my permission. My youth has started going. My childhood has started going, continuously going. The business is already falling apart. Relationship is already cooling down. Deception has already started. What is the question of telling, let it be? Non-stoppable, unstoppable. Only thing you can stop is not to be swayed by it, not to be overtaken by it, not to be overwhelmed by it, not to be drowned in it. That much only you can do. You cannot stop its arrival, nor you can stop its departure. Listen carefully. It shall come. I never expected, you don't expect anything, don't worry about it. If with our expectation the creation has to be run, it will be disaster. So your personal convenience, inconvenience thereafter matters, no. It should rain. Why? Because I have planted seed. It should not rain. Why? Because I have dried my clothes. Now for one person's personal wish, if the whole creation has to be governed, what will happen? That is why in our tradition, God is very nice, smiling, cool. You come and you say, oh, thank you, thank you. No problem, there is no miserable God. If the God is miserable, what shall people say? See how human? Oh, so God must be human or human should be godly? You need a manly God or a godly man? Huh? A manly God is a disaster. A godly man. Understand? Manly God means what? Oh, average human being suffers, so he also suffered. He cries, so he also cried. He also miserable, he also miserable, you know. So everybody, miserable people can find identification with it. If miserable people should find identification with the misery to be comfortable, so all the gods and everything in this world should be miserable, right? Why is it, if they are finding identification with the misery, they are finding comfortable. Why can't they find identification with the Absolute and go beyond misery and grief and the sorrow and the celebration, excitements and depression? Anyway you are transferring, no? Anyway you are identifying, so why don't you identify something which takes you beyond both? But does such a thing exist? That ingredient doesn't exist in many so-called scriptures in the world. Many religions do not talk about it. Either it is the secular world, money-centric, security-centric. Religious world, God-centric. Where is the God? Somewhere in the clouds, in one place. Very aged man, sitting somewhere, not even a woman. Don't know how he becomes of course a manly God, no? So how can he be womanly? It's stupid. Think, friends, think. It's so beautiful. When I say stupid, don't think I'm, being sarcastic. No. If I'm a person like that, I'm stupid. Anybody. Sheer. Why Shastra sometimes says, hey mudha jahi dhanagam, hey mudha, what deluded fool, give it up. Why? Meaning, you are so wonderful. How can you behave so stupid? That is how. How can a religion talk like that? How can a secular society or anything for that person get lost only in the relative world? Go on to one's own self. Why do you stop introducing me to the body and don't take me to the mind? Why do you stop introducing me to the world and not introducing me to my body? Why do you stop introducing to my body and not to my senses? Why do you stop introducing to my senses and not to my thoughts? Why do you stop introducing to my thoughts and not to me, the I thought? Why do you stop to introducing me to I thought and not making me myself as I am? These scriptures, Upanishads, how much you may sing the glory of it is not enough. Aho Guru, Aho Shastra, Aho Shastra. Without a teacher and the scripture, it doesn't work, friends, like it or not. With absolute knowledge. Atma Ramasya Dhirasya Sitalachata Atmana. Sitalachata Atmana. Atma who is completely like under the, is like the embodiment of peace, harmony, coolness, under the umbrella of Absolute. Under the umbrella? It is the umbrella. One who is like this, Atma Rama, reveling in within himself, such a person at once revels in and through everything. Therefore, there is nothing to give up, nothing to destroy, or nothing to crave for. Nothing. There is no such stuff. And therefore, since it is so, you can act as though craving for everything, as though nothing should be there. You understand? It's like playing with a child. You love your child, but don't you play, ooh. Why do you do that? Ooh. Do you want to really frighten your child? Another mood. You come here, with love and affection. What is that? Are you going to really hit? No. Nice. Sometime, okay, give a nice hug, baby. Which mood? God in infinite moods. Kalidasa writes, when he sees the Mugaduta, he writes, time for all that. You read, nature plays major role in the life of a wise man. Because absolutely natural you become, absolutely natural, a part of the nature. Part of the nature. Nothing is more exciting than the unfolding of the infinite possibilities in the nature. Yeah, you can. Yesterday, it was amazing, day for yesterday. I'll talk about that Kalidasa, remind me. I may forget, okay? Think of it. Day for yesterday, one child came here. You see, one nice Gundu fellow is coming there, and he comes with me. He wants to come with me. I come in. Do you know what he says? Take me to darkness. Believe me, friends. He said, please take me to darkness. I say, why? Why do you want to go to darkness? I want to see the ghost. Bhuta. Bhuta means ghost. I said, ghost, what do you want to see? No, I want to see. I said, okay. Then he said, hey, 2 people are standing there. I said, where? Come, let's go. He goes. I say, you are not afraid. He said, afraid. I want to see darkness. Do you know why? Natural darkness is gone nowadays. You live in the cities, you don't know what night is all about. 4-year-old craving for darkness. Think, friends, no, I'm not telling joke. Brightest light in the name of advancement, improvement. Where people have gone so crazy, little darkness, not theft. Dark night. Have you enjoyed moonlight in Madras? Where is the moon? Is sunshine in the midnight? Powerful strobe lights. Craving for darkness. I was so impressed. I was telling his father, look, this is what. Take him to the village. Let him enjoy this darkness. Children don't understand darkness anymore in the big cities. To become natural. Yes, we need to have a nice forecast of the weather is beautiful. But how exciting it was when suddenly rain comes, suddenly flood comes. Yes, hey, I'm not being romantic. I understand the difficulties of the sudden rain and storm and all that stuff. But this year what happened? Everybody was telling, there will be scanty rainfall, there will be a failure of monsoon. God! Continuous rain and so much of rain everywhere, you don't know what to do with it. How much fear has already gone into the people's heart? Some people did not plant the seed depending on that because they said, there will be no rain, so why shall we lose this much of paddy also? But the other people say, it doesn't matter, if it goes, we'll do that. They profited, the people delayed, they delayed. Because cultivation should be done in time or no? Finished. Kalidas writes about the Himalayan mountain peaks. And how does he say? Dhurjate ratahasya. It is like the loud laughter of Shiva. The white laughter of Shiva. The whole creation, dance of Shiva. Not some miserable thing happening there. Eh? In this laughter and dance, if you are miserable, it is not because creation is misery. We are not aware of ourselves. We don't need scriptures, teachers, traditions to tell us how miserable everything is. How limiting, how frightening, how deadly or deadly everything is. No, that everybody knows that. Body is aging. What is so great about it? You are ageless. Oh, why not? Things are changing, of course, but there is changeless nature of this creation. Wow. That is teaching. Not giving some, you come here, sit down, I'll give you some new experiences. Put down the light, put in the little music, soft thing, hold your hand to each other, concentrate on your toes or something somewhere, then and feel the rainbow going through your mouth. Some nonsense. Should I imagine so many things when the reality is overwhelming? Shall I imagine little sensation when the happiness is overwhelming? A little light you shall see when the light of lights, Param Jyotihi, the supreme light of consciousness flooding everything in this universe. No, you must see one blue light between your eyebrows. Wow. Some light, boy. There's some yellow light in your navel burning there, right? when the creation is flooded with happiness, immortality, absolute, call it bliss, ecstasy. Shall I look for a little trembling of the body? You must be joking. But the man's mind is so slaughtered by these conditionings. It takes tremendous pleasure in little isolated moments of sensations. Understand the truth. Who you are is not a sensation. It's the absolute reality. Okay? Shitala. Okay, read some. Have time. Yes, 24. Very nice, very nice. Prakrutya shunya chittasya kurvatosya yadruchaya prakrutasya vadhirasya namano navamanata kritam dehena karmedam namaya suddharupina iti chintanurodhiya kurvannapi karotina prakrutya shunya chittasya kurvatosya yadruchaya prakrutasya dhirasya namano navamanata kritam dehena karmedam namaya suddharupina iti chintanurodhiya kurvannapi na karotine. So sweet, amazing. Prakrutya shunya chittasya kurvatosya yadruchaya prakrutaisaiva dhirasya na mana na avamanata. Ayyo. You know, you will be floored by these verses. Prakrutya shunya chittasya. One who by prakriti, by his own nature, it is naturally shunya chitta, meaning there is no unnecessary mental activity. Unnecessary mental activity means, listen carefully, unnecessary mental activity means, mental activity, thoughts are there, but you are not activating an engagement or disengagement. Shunya chitta does not mean absence of thought. Understand clearly. Shunya chitta. Hey. Suppose, think, there are 100 people in this room. You have nothing to do with nobody. What does it mean? They are as well non-existent. There are 100 people, are you getting that? There are 100 things in the market, but you are not interested in any of these things. What does it mean? They are as well non-existent. Only when you engage yourself with those things, then only activity begins. So, prakrutya, shunyachita means what? By nature, there is no activity, no unconscious or forced engagement. Thoughts can come. So, asya shunyachitasya yadruchaya kurvatah. Whatever comes, a thought suppose it comes, yadruchaya. If he feels like doing it or doesn't feel like doing it, whatever way, for such a person, prakrutasya dhirasya, for such a person who is functioning with this vision, this attitude, na mana, na avamanata. Neither he has a sense of honor or dishonor, sense of respect or disrespect. Because when he is acting, understand, it doesn't initiate the activity for his satisfaction or contentment. If you are initiating any action for your contentment, If it could not be done, you shall feel frustrated. Listen carefully. When you want to do something very, very visible, spectacular, holy, noble, why? So that everybody can say, what a nice person he is, how honorable, how great. So you have a sense of mana. I have done this. Don't worry. It will not take a long time before somebody refuses to recognize your greatness and you shall be punctured. You will have a sense of total dishonor and disrespect, anger and frustration. That is where you go crazy. So by chance somebody doesn't appreciate you, you want to destroy them. Sycophants get paid. People who speak the reality are punished. Many times it happens. Sycophants. Oh, please understand. So, the wise man does not depend upon sycophancy, nor he depends upon the criticism. No mana, no avamanata. When you are with yourself, you don't need to be appreciated by other people to be who you are. That is the best. You don't wait to be appreciated by other people to be who you are. And therefore, since you are aware of yourself completely, in case the other person imposes another image on you, you don't feel disrespected, dishonored, violated, frustrated, in any way affected. Why? It's who I am, untouchable. Living with my own body, which is continuously dying, if I am not afraid of death, think. Living with my own thoughts, which are so many different types of memories are there, if I am not afraid of the nature of the thought, shall I be afraid if somebody tells me something and puts an idea in my head? Think of it. Your training begins with your own mind. If I can use that word training, very substandard word. Training, it's not a training, anyway. If you are at ease with your own mind, and in your own mind, how many different types of memories are there? Sukham, dukham, pain, pleasure, frustration, elation, fear, anxiety, fearlessness, excitement. How many ranges of emotions inside you? All yours. You are untouched, unaffected. Then if somebody puts, oh, you are a rascal, or you are wonderful, the you are wonderful will not create a sense of euphoria or elation, or that you are stupid, it doesn't deflate you. Why? Because you are aware of yourself as to who you are. Shall I repeat one old story? Very old story, many would have forgotten, but when I start telling, some may remember, but not that all of you are not there, so first time, please see. One day, a fellow, I myself have not told it for a long time, one person was going to a cricket match. So he go to the cricket, so cricket match he went there, so he goes there and reaches the stadium 1 hour earlier, excited, 1 hour earlier, and waiting. Then suddenly he puts the hand in his pocket, ticket is not there. He comes to the match, but the ticket is at home. How will he feel? Oh, But then he said, okay, 1 hour time I have got, no. So he stood on the line. Stood on the line. The line is moving. Somebody says, what name you can give? Any name you want to give, you can give a name. He says, Ram, something like that, okay? Oh Ram. He suddenly looks back. Who is calling? He comes out of the queue. Nobody. So by the time he finds nobody calling him, the line has already moved. So he can't go and join there. So again he has to start at the back. Anyway, half an hour it took, he got the ticket. Still there is half an hour, how to kill it? He thought, I can purchase a drink. So then he went to the line for some Coca-Cola or some whatever, some drinks, he has to have. Again somebody said, Ram. So he started looking, there is nobody. Comes out of the line, starts looking, no Ram. Then again line has moved, again he stood at the back. Then as the line goes slowly, he reached the counter, got his Coca-Cola also. Still 15 minutes there to start. He was very relaxed, okay, the ticket is there, the drink is there, so everything is there. So he goes back, he wants to sit down in his place and drink. So he find his place and opened the bottle and wants to take in a sip. Somebody said, Ram. The fellow got up. Looks everywhere. Nobody. He got so angry, he said, I am not Ram. Now if you are not Ram, why are you getting up? Unnecessarily. That is how we all behave in life. I am not an idiot. If you are not, why are you responding to somebody talking to an idiot? I am not a fool. What do you think I am? Who do you think you are? You should ask yourself. Who do you think I am? What do you think of me? I am not a fool. Then why are you getting insulted by that word? If you are not a fool, why are you insulted? You are following something very wrong practice. Why are you feeling affected? Because I am not a practice, I am the truth. Following wrong religion. Yes, it doesn't matter. Why? I am not a religious fellow. I have no religion. God is not religious. What religion God has? What citizenship country has? Scotland yesterday decided not to get out of the British, that UK, United Kingdom, no? Scotland, England, Wales and all that stuff. But Scotland decided to be along with the thing. Now Scotland decided, now the country is elated, excited, or the people are excited? Does the Scotland feel suffocated being part of England? So why do you resist? I am not a fool. I am not ignorant. If you are not, why are you feeling insulted about something which you are not? But you are telling me, so just because I say, take this mango, will this become a mango? This is a beautiful mango. Will you eat it? You are not stupid. Then why are you reacting when people say you are stupid? Adada. Prakrutesya dhirasana mana na avamanata. The sense of respect, disrespect completely goes away. How many people commit suicide? Listen carefully. Other day when I saw this message, saw the news, in that particular case in London, what is that place? In Assam, the Director General of Police, DG Police, commit suicide. DG, Director General Police, retired. What DG? Big, as I say, either people from movie, people from industry. In Bombay, for Navi Bombay, some new Bombay, something, connecting to the main line, there is a huge bridge now. Long bridge, very lonely. For mechanical purpose, for the balancing purpose, the barriers on the bridge is only 4 feet. So what is happening? So far, some 2-3 years back it opened, so far some 100, 200, 300, 150, whatever it is. Certainly there are a good number of people have gone there, stopped their car and jumped into the water. It has been a suicide point now. Why? Apamana, Abaman, business failure, top business people committing suicide, top sports person, politicians, powerful people. So, less educated people are fragile, more fragile or less fragile? Everybody is fragile, because being fragile is not doesn't depend on your position. It depends on your image of yourself. You have no image of yourself, who you are. You have a borrowed image. I am DG, or I am sports person, I am a rich person, I am a holy person. Oh, my image is affected. So, what is this? Life is not meant for protecting an image. Life is meant for being yourself. Even if the image is destroyed, take the punishment, live by it. If that's what the society is expecting. Today, for the same crime for which you are punished, next generation, you are totally released. Must see a documentary. I don't have time to talk about, it's an amazing thing. There was I should get that name, maybe I shall tell you tomorrow. If I don't get the name, I'll tell you next class. But when I just fix it up, the person was a top genius in 1930s. Supposed to be the father of computer in Europe. And he knew how to encrypt, create a code, how to create a code so the more things can be compressed. That is how is the computer and all that stuff. Then he thought, if this can be coded, why cannot it be decoded? The computer can do that. And he discovered that also. Imagine Second World War time, person from Britain helping in decoding. What did he do? Every German message he could decode. The German fleets got boom, 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 bombarded. They won the battle. That is the credit goes to him. Imagine. But such a person, when he comes back home one day, his house is burgled. And he is a rich person. With all that thing, how much money he would have got. Burgled. Burglary he was caught. He complained to the police. Police, while searching for it, found yes, he's gone, and found the person, a 19-year-old boy. Then what happened is, then it was revealed that this person had a gay relationship with that 19-year-old boy. Suddenly, the whole case, now he had gone for burglary, now he is caught for this relationship between a man and man. The whole thing turned. At that time, it was a crime. It is no more this time, where now the bishops or any professional or any body is now free to say that I am come out of my closet and this and that, and the world no more is critical about it. Not the whole world, there are still few countries which can be like that, but no more in England that is punishable. That time, they said there are two punishments for you, two alternatives, because you are a famous person. In a jail, or you should be medically castrated with some, medicines. He said, okay. So wasting my time in the jail, I will not have time to explore more. So, castrate me medically. So some injection was given, powerful injection. Got so complicated and he became so depressed, in 1 year time he committed suicide. The commentator says, if this person would have been alive, how much more, he was so ahead of his time, how much more discoveries could have been made with the father of computer. Imagine, 40-year-old snuffed out, 41. Why? Because certain thing is wrong. At that time, in this time, he would have flourished, no. So if now it is not a crime, if that time it was crime, what does it mean? Human society has gone ahead. So, today, what you are punished for, may not be a punishable offense after 10 years or 20 years, certain things. Why committing suicide? Okay, you helped some money fellow to get some money and he walked away, therefore you are in cheat fund scam, you are caught. Face it. Keep yourself alive. Then other people will get strength from you. Committing suicide doesn't solve either your problem or anybody's problem. You may think you are not to face it, but your parents will face it. Your children will face it. Your people will face it. But if you are there to face it, nobody else faces it. You understand? If you are there to face it, what shall everybody say? Kabirdas verse, Jo karega, wo bharega. Whoever does, he pays for it. So you have done, you pay for it. If you, in your deep within yourself, you know that you have not done it, what is the problem? Please see that beauty. Mana abamana. The sense of respect, disrespect, high, low, aristocrat, ordinary, rich, poor. Who said riches are wonderful? Who said poverty is degrading? If you choose to be poor, you are richer than the richest. If you choose to be humble, you are prouder than the proudest. You understand? How fantastic it is. Therefore, see that? Nice animal has come. You want to also listen to the class? Come. Come na. Leave that and go. Right. So, big show off. Right? Anyway, think of it. The animals don't bother you. They come there. Oh, now if you are afraid, animal is frightened or you? Animal is frightening or you are frightened? Unnecessary. Think, friends. So, manana avamanata. No fear. That doesn't mean when snake comes, yeah, if you know how to catch a snake, catch a snake. I saw the other day in these nature channels. The fellow runs after the king cobra and catches it. 2-3 fellows run after the anaconda and catch it. They're crazy. You must be thinking they're really crazy. But they run and they catch it. If you go towards it, you will run away from it. By chance you go towards it, the whole world will say, oh, what are you doing? But if you know how to catch an anaconda, you catch the anaconda. No, I don't want to do it. That's fine. But don't be frightened. Hey, what is there to talk? Please tell me how many examples you can give in relation to the absolute truth? Every moment of life is an example. The whole creation is an open book. Can we read? Every experience is absolute. Revel in it, then you shall revel in everything and you shall learn how to reveal also. If you know how to revel, you shall know how to reveal. If somebody has revealed it and you are reveling in it, you shall know also how to reveal it. Until you revel in it, you can't reveal the truth. So anyway, mana apaman nothing. Tomorrow we shall see, sir. Krutam dehena karmedam. Chalo yaar, tomorrow we shall see. That Krutam dehena karmedam namaya suddharupina. The action is done by this physical body. This instrument does it. Not by me, the Suddha, the pure absolute consciousness. Iti chinta anurodhiya kurvannapi na karoti. One who flows with it, one who revels in it, one who is source of this, kurvannapi na karoti. Even while doing, he doesn't do whatsoever. Doing what? Plucking the grass. Being kind. Kurvannapi. It doesn't name an action. Any action. If he has chosen to do it, he is not affected by it. Understand? Because one who chooses to do is ready for the consequences also. If he has not chosen to do, be thrust upon him, he is also ready for the consequences. Both ways you are ready, no? I'm stupid, people say I'm stupid. Right. I'm not stupid, people say I'm stupid. That also is fine. Why? That is other person's perception. How can I change the other person's perception? If I don't change my perception of myself, how do I expect other person to change their… How do I expect other person to change their perception of me? That is why, be yourself. Are you getting that point? We shall see tomorrow. Close your eyes, please. Ooh.